So now we're going to hear from Wernet for the Alliance for Retired Americans, and he's going to talk to us about seniors.
Let's see if I make the technology work here.
It's really high tech.
It's pretty amazing that we have an Affordable Care Act that actually provides us with an ability to get health care. A coworker of mine who's had cancer was transitioning over to our plan, and she was left with a period of time where she was without health care, transitioning from one job employer to another. She couldn't COBRA because all of a sudden she found out she had cancer, breast cancer. The quote that she could get last December was $1,400 for herself alone, per month, $1,400 a month. And she couldn't make those kind of payments and be able to feed her family. That's not alone covering her family. So here we have, in a couple of months, coming up in 2014, she can no longer be denied health care.
Yes.
Now, that's something that we should crow about.
Yes.
As for our seniors, we have a lot of folks who've been forced out of the job market, what with GM's bankruptcy, folks who had good health care coverage, now can't afford the COBRA coverage. And so between 55 and 64, as a friend said the other day, if you've worked in a factory for 25 or 30 years, it's pretty hard to see whether or not you'd have a pre-existing condition, because you have them. You're going to end up with a pre-existing condition that precludes you from health insurance. So my friend Bruce ended up, his steel company went bankrupt. He ends up without a job. He's an early retiree forced out to take his early retirement in order to have a job, because you can't get hired when you have pre-existing conditions like a bent up knee and broken joints.
Yes.
So Bruce couldn't get health care. He couldn't get a quote. Finally, a couple of years ago, he did get one in the latter part of the year. $2,000 a month.
Oh.
He had $1,700 a month in income. He couldn't obviously afford health insurance. So, for early retirees, the ACA actually brings us, if we have a health insurance exchange, the chance to have health insurance at a reasonable rate. And that's what we're asking Mary Taylor to do. To do her job. Build the insurance exchange now. She should be doing her job. She was elected to the office of Lieutenant Governor. She was appointed to the office of, as the head of the Department of Insurance, its director. It is her job to create and follow the law. She is refusing to follow the law. In a lot of places, that would call for her instant recall. She's actually should be doing her job. She's not. If any of us refuse to do our job, we would be fired. She should be doing her job. She should be implementing the law as it stands now. If she objects to the law, there's a way to change it. Build it now. 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 Build health insurance for seniors and retirees. You know, it struck me the other day that building the insurance exchange is not a new idea. When we were having trouble getting reasonable comparisons about supplements to Medicare, you know, that 20% gap between what Medicare pays and what you have to pick up on your own. We built something called supplemental plans that are standardized. They have essential benefits in them. They are standardized in terms of price. They are standardized across the United States, so that we know what we are getting for the money that we pay out to cover that 20%. That's something the Ohio Department of Insurance puts out every year as the OSHIP program, Ohio Seniors Health Insurance Information Program, to give people a comparison, a fair comparison, apples to apples, about what you're going to buy from which insurance companies licensed to do business here in the state of Ohio. That's not a new idea. That's actually a very old idea. Medicare is that 46-year-long program that allows seniors to have access to health care. I know because my grandmother in 1965 died because she couldn't get health care. She couldn't get the coverage that we now all enjoy. We should be really having Medicare for everybody. But that's not what we have. We do have the Affordable Care Act, and it does provide for the health insurance exchange for everybody so that we can get affordable health care on an apples-to-apples comparison. That's something we already do in this state with gas prices. That's something we already do in this state for electric utility prices. So we ought to be able to do that with our health insurance, something everybody uses, something everybody needs. So that's what we're here for, is to build the exchange today. We want to see that for seniors. We want to see it continue for those of us who are pre-retirees. And we want to see it for everybody who's working and everybody who is not now covered. That's 1.3 million, 1.2 million, something like that.
1.50 million Ohioans.
1.5 million Ohioans. That's more than 10% of the state of Ohio who are not now covered. We should be covering everybody. We should be being able to get coverage for everybody. The rest of us will benefit from that because we won't be picking up the costs for those folks in our own insurance premiums. So we want to see our health insurance protected, increased, and made affordable. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.